And welcome to TSO Daily. I am your host, Mystic Raven. All right, guys. Hope you guys had a good weekend this weekend. And today I'm going to give you guys the updated version of my Physician's Valor build for Morrowind. I really like this build. I'm still working on it on the PC, but I've duplicated it, and I'll get into the breakdowns in this video. But basically, we'll start it off in the character sheet. Okay, on Destro's side, we're looking at 35,990 max Magicka. Magicka recovery is at 1,689. Max health's 19,430. I like to stay between 19 to 20k due to mechanics. Spell crit is at 54%. And to the left, you're going to go ahead and see Magicka is allocated at 58 and health at 6. And the boon we're running is the mage. Now, here's the disclosure. If you're going to run Argonian with this build, you want to use the mage because the Argonian lacks max Magicka. Okay? If you're going to run this build, this specific setup. This isn't going to apply to every Argonian in every healer build. So, just a discrepancy there. But if you're any other healing race, like whether or not you're going to be Breton or Dark Elf, you would use the ritual. Alright, so because the Argonian's going to go ahead and in its passives get the healing received, the increased healing by 5%. So, but it lacks max Magicka because it's only getting 3%. So you want to offset that difference. Okay, so any other race, you're going to use the ritual. If you're going to use this build, if you're going to use Argonian, use the mage. Heads up. Alright, now on Resto's side, you're going to go ahead and see the magic is still the same, 35,990. Magic recovery bumped up to 1,750, and crit's the same, and health's the same. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get into the gear first. On this build, if anybody's familiar with it, I use the Trinamax Valor and the Combat's Physician. Okay? What I'm doing is I'm using the Restoration Staff of Trinamax, Precise, Ideal. I'm going to be using the Lightning Staff of Trinamax Valor, Precise, Ideal. Infused Head of Trinamax Valor, Ideal, Glyph Max Magicka. I'm going to use the chest, the robe of the Combat's Physician, Divines. This isn't. I want this infused. At the moment, I have Divine, but I'm trying to get the infused. Shoulders of Chokethorn's Pauldrons. This is going to be ideal. This is lift max health, and this is heavy. Keep that in mind. I want that extra health regen and max health. So I'm going to go with heavy. This is an ideal piece, but the reason I want this is it's going to give me the 124 Magicka recovery. So yes, this is an ideal piece. I'm going to be using the Sash of Trinamax Valor, Divine, Ideal, Gloves of Combat's Physician, Divine, Max Magicka, Breachers of Combat's Physician, Infused. Obviously, this is gold. This is ideal. People are going to be like, why'd you gold it out? Just because I really like this build. Shoes of Trinamax Valor, Divine. And, of course, I have the Combat's Physician necklace, Recovery, Ring of Trinamax Valor, Robust. This isn't supposed to be like that. I'm still looking, I believe, for the Arcane. So, it's Robust at the moment, but I'm looking for the Arcane still. And also I have the Ring of Combat's Physician, Spell Damage, Arcane. So, if anybody isn't aware, what this build does is, let's go over what the sets do. Combat's Physician is going to go ahead and give me 933 max Magicka. It's going to give me spell crit, spell crit. When I critically heal a friendly target, you grant them a damage shield that absorbs for 9,728 damage for 6 seconds. This occur every 6 seconds. That mitigates a lot of damage. A slew. But what's really nice is I'm going to also pair it with Trinamax Valor, which gives me recovery, it gives me max Magicka, it gives me another recovery. When I cast the damage shield on an ally, I have a 20% chance to call down a fragment of Trinamax that heals me and my allies for 4,211 health, and damages enemies for 3,539 magic damage in a 5-meter radius. This can occur every 5 seconds. For the DK healer, these two sets work out really well because of the way the skills is laid out. One of the primary skills, for example, for this setup is the Healing Ward. The Healing Ward is going to go ahead and heal, but it's also going to provide the shield that can proc Trinamax Valor. I'm also going to be using, that's not right, I was PvPing. I'm also going to be using Healing Springs. This is going to go ahead and lay down an AoE effect for heals, and it's going to give me help with recovery. I'm going to give it the Combat's Prayer. This is going to buff my allies. I'm going to be using the Igneous Weapons as a buff for me and my party members. I'm also going to use Inner Light on both bars. Now, since I'm also going to be using Reviving Barrier, I only use this in certain scenarios, but what Reviving Barriers help is gives me an extra 10% towards my recovery. Now, currently, I only have it at 5% on this platform, but I always slot this on my main resto bar because that 10% becomes very useful to healers in most scenarios. Even regardless if you're going to use it, Reviving Barriers 10% increase to regen is just a nice effect for healers. On the Destro, I'm going to be using the Ellie Drain. So in my mind, I want to make this more friendly to Magicka users with the GCDs and everything applied. So I'm going more towards how to implement Ellie Drain in my builds that I typically don't. So with this build, it worked out really nice because I can use the Ellie Drain and I can go ahead and just sacrifice 2% of my max. And if you don't like to do that, you don't have to do that. But for me, it was a really nice situation. But if like you want to go monster set, let's say you want to go Choke Thorns monster set, you can do that. You would just sacrifice your either your Physicians or your Valor and slot the board. So on Resto, you're going to have one less. So that's a personal call. Igneous Shield, this is another reason. This is going to create a shield that can also proc Trinamax Valor. The major thing with the DK healer is mitigate and heal the difference. Mitigate and heal the difference. But what also this is going to do for me is give me the major mending, increasing my healing done by 25% for 3 seconds. It's a very short durated, but I'll just always go ahead and proc this up in my rotation, mitigating first and healing up the difference. Obsidian Shard, this is the big must-have for most of your DK healers because it's the biggest heal the DK healer has. So, and with the Horns of the Reach, they're going to increase the radius. I mean, the range, I believe. So, not much, but it's definitely a perk for DK healers. Now, with this build, I usually go Neurotic Orbs, but because I'm not using Cauterize, I'm going to go with the Energy Orbs. Typically, I use Cauterize. But since I'm not going with the Cauterize, I'm going to use the Energy Orbs on this because it's going to go ahead and provide the resources for my party members when they synergize with it, restoring either 3,906 Magicka or Stamina, whichever is the highest value. Of course, Inner Light is on both bars, and of course, I have the Aggressive Warhorn. So this is pretty much how the layout goes. And it's a really great build. I really like this build. I'm going to show it in action. I think I'm only one away from having my Undaunted 9. So some of these stats are going to get adjusted. But also, let's go over to the champion points here. So, I currently have Blessed. Now, mind you, I'm not maxed CP on this platform. So there's room for, you know, growth. But Blessed, I'm going to take up 14%. It's my primary CP that I need to focus in on when I'm going ahead and leveling my CP. But once I get up to 14, I never take it up any further because of diminishing returns. My Elf Burn is currently at 14.79. I'm trying to get this to about 16%. With that in mind, I'm going to use Spell Erosion because I'm going to be dealing little damage. I have the passive gives me, in Light Armor, gives me 4,884, but I still want a little bit more into Spell Erosion to offset that. So a couple of my points will go here, and then I'll, of course, bump up my base damage in Elemental Expert. Currently, also Staff Experts at 17.41. I'm just getting that up to 18% because of the Resto Staff. The Resto Staff, when you're dealing a heavy attack, will heal a percentage of the hits of the damage inflicted on the last hit to your party members. This is why you want Staff Expert up, because the higher damage you deal with the Resto Staff, the more it's going to heal for. Of course, I'm not going to put anything into the mage. Currently, Ironclad is at 7.4. I have Hardy at 8.12. That will be going up to about 12%. Elemental Defenders at also 8.12. Once again, that'll go up to about 12%. Then I'll offset in Thick Skin. Warlord's currently at 6.11. That'll get bumped up a little bit more. But major thing, I want to keep 14% Arcanist. Once again, I'm never going to go 15 because diminishing return. Tenacity is currently at 13.01. I like it there. I'm going to probably keep it there. You know, more than likely. I might bump it up a little bit more. But that and nothing into the shadow. And that is how the champion points are used for this build. Let's see what the dailies are. White Gold Tower. I want to do it, but I hate pugging most of the time. Okay. Out in Hollow. Blackheart Haven. So, okay, let's see what we get here. I'm always rolling the dice. I'm still working on CP points. So when I do a random, it kind of, you know, helps out if I can get a 2-for-1-er. Now, a lot of people will be like, can you use Spell Power Cure with this build? Yeah, I would keep the Combat's Physician. I would just replace Turner Max Valor with Spell Power Cure if you want to use it. But you can do it. You're going to give up that free heal, though, for the proc. That's it. Jeez, Mateezes. Why? I was hoping it was one of the dailies. I never know what I'm going to get, guys. Never know. That's why it's, you know, I do randoms on a lot of this. I want that XP boost.
On your feet, you louts. We're going back in.
Now when I go ahead and I usually hit my shield, that's when I'll throw out the orbs. It's going to be the most effective then. Keep the buffs up at all times, try to. Nice thing about the LA Drain, it's going to also benefit you a lot of the times to maintain. A lot of people want to always go ahead and let the healing orbs just go through without synergizing. I don't suggest that. You know, it's nothing. If someone pops it, I'm more likely to go ahead and throw out more. I don't spam them. I want to reserve my energies as much as possible. But if once I see people synergize, it gives me a count for when the GCD procs up. Always having to remind people. There's Trinimac. If you guys pay attention to my party members too, you'll see the shields on them. I want to try to stay behind, get everybody that buff. Now, if you guys also notice on the top right hand of my screen, you'll see my buffs. One of the major buffs that the DK healer gives that no other healer will give is the minor brutality. This is why I'm usually always appreciated by stamina players. If they don't have the minor brutality, if they don't, this is a nice benefit for them.
This way, squad.
It just happens when I go ahead and I apply my shield. Stamina users will get the minor brutality. Definitely one of my favorite builds is probably this one for the DK. Very effective on DK healer. I do have spell power cure, but I'm getting a couple ideal pieces. I got 2 sets so far on this tune. What was that? Did I just lag or something? Now, if you were going to try to think about using something like this in a trial, I would probably like I said, get rid of the Trinamac, go with Spell Power Cure, and then instead of using the friggin' Healing Ward, use the Mutagen. As soon as you get low, that Ellie Drain definitely helps out. But nice thing too, if you use a pot, that's one other thing I like about the Argonian. On those clutch moments, you get that huge amount of magicka. Okay, I believe we skipped the first boss because yeah, that's in 2.
Kill them all. No
Oh. Come on. I like the lightning staff a lot better for AoE damage. So you can use Inferno if you like. The combustion passive for the DK works out nice, so keep that in mind. Where I usually use the barrier for a cushion. Now everybody's so mitigated, don't even have to worry about it. I like switching in between my weave. Sometimes I'll do that. Once you get your rotation, usually you're pretty good to go on buffs.
Once again, I'll give him the cushion right here. Kind of a big pull. Do not hit that scroll. You do not need the scroll. It's not the daily. I don't know why people have an obsession with hitting the scroll when what it's intentionally designed to do is let you earn an extra key. Doesn't do anything for drop sets. Doesn't, like, Jesus, man, really? Trying to help you with the keys. I mean, I guess in a way, if you're needing keys, but if it's not the daily, I don't get it. It's 162, so you know he's dumb enough to hit it. I'll pull it before they hit it. I always want to try to keep the shields up as much as possible. I was trying to move in to get him healed. He's sitting back there in the corner. That's how people die. Jesus. I don't know, man. Look, everybody else is kind of. How? Dude, stay. Loss! You guys ever hear of it? can't. Come on. Stunned and blasted. I'm not even going there. Fuck it. Do not fucking hit that scroll. People make me nervous. Let's go. Are you kidding me? I can't even get a chance to roll out at this point. Move it! Oh my! Freaking! Stop! What are you doing? Brass. Oh my God. This DPS is questionable. Don't start? What do you mean don't start? You were right there! Frigate. No war horns this run. Yep. Really? Ah, shit. So, of course they'll... What the fuck, DPS? Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Of course the shield's gonna... This tank, 25k. No doubt. 25k. My problem isn't the circle. My problem is getting hit with this friggin' shit. Pugs, man. 2 friggin' 160s. Come on. Oh my god, what are you wearing for fucking gear, dude? Oh, what the fuck? Yourself shielded. Sure. Ah, shit. Drink it. I can't. Dude. What kind of tank is this? The DPS is out surviving him. I can't friggin' res and heals at the same time, man. You guys are lost! I get you want to stay back. I saw that happening. I swear I die. Lost. Right when I threw it. Watch this bitch turn around as soon as... God! Really? Come on! Dude, did you not just hear me? God! Wow. Everything wrong. Life's good. Their healths are good. My food just dropped. It's probably another reason I died. Friggin' people. I can't heal if I'm rezzing. This tank sucks. Has to be one of the worst tanks I've ever seen. Not even going there. You can always tell when tanks aren't built right. Their mitigation is based from their health. The lower the health, the lower they mitigate. Dude! I'm gonna die because of some stupid shit. Spending so much time focusing on this tank. Aw, shit. And this is where shit starts going south. No! Feels like I'm in like a hard dungeon with these guys. My God. Whatever. Alright. Jeez, Jesus. I swear, God. I don't make it up, guys. I don't make this up. I mean, good race, orc. Like, life. I mean, it's like something pre... I don't even know. I hate tanks under, like, 35k, roughly. Not even knowing what their resistance is. I used to love when tanks would be like, I'm a resistance build. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Your resistance is it has nothing to do with your mitigating effects. A true story last night, guys. This was a true story. So I'm PvPing, and I'm PvPing with a friend of mine who I met in game, and hey, you know, we do things and whatever, and a couple of people get in the channel, and then they start talking whatever, and it was a good conversation until the topic of Abyss comes up, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, I tell you what, and we were talking about the Dragonknights and Sunset and using it for PvP. I'm like, you go get a Dragonknight with the Sunset if it's Abyss, and you fucking put him against my Magicka DK. Majority of the time. Now, there are one or two skilled DKs that'll give me a really good run for my money. And I'm like, you get any of them, any of the other ones against my build, which I'm not running Sunset on my PvP build, majority of the time I'm going to beat the fuck out of them. I'm going to light their fucking asses up. And I'm not giving out my build. It's just like the simple fact of it is, I'm like, PvP applications have two different aspects. And Abyss is a bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm like, you can, there's indifferent curves, and they didn't know. And I'm like, how old are you guys? And they're like, what does age got to do with it? And I'm like, a lot, obviously, because this is sandbox gear system. I'm like, and it kind of, the pollution that's been set in this game and continues still amazes me, man. I mean, that was a rough last run on the last boss, but I'm on a DK healer. And I told him, I'm like, you guys have been given a golden egg in MMOs. You guys have been given a golden egg in MMOs. Any class-based game has never done this. Went without a linear progression. Elder Scrolls is the first class-based game to go non-linear progression. So that means your theory of Abyss is out the fucking window. And I'm like, you guys got a golden egg to do whatever you really want to do. Actually, it's Elder Scrolls. That's the whole premise of behind Elder Scrolls. Is you make it, you decide where you want to go with it. You want to go healer, you want to go tank, you want to go DPS, you want to make hybrids, you want to... I mean, endless possibilities, man. I mean, you guys are given a golden egg, and instead you're polluting it. The gold is the value is shit because of the players, because of the fucking players. It's shit because of they've been polluted. They have been told best in slot. They've been told this class is best at this. They've been told bullshit. They've been told so much bullshit. And I'm telling you guys, just seriously, man, enjoy your egg. Look at it. It's so pretty. This is so pretty, man, when it comes to a class-based system. You know, now if this was a sandbox, if it was a true sandbox, I don't know how Elder Scrolls would hold up against, you know, another sandbox platform. I don't know. The way they've done this, I don't know, because everything's gear-based. In sandbox, it's not really that way. Everything's, you know, more about your stats, and they've kind of kept that, you know, in the gear. So they kept a class-based system with sandbox implications with stat sheet. It's amazing. It really is. They did it. I hate that it went class-based, but seeing it now and which direction they went, I understand. And with that, I appreciate what ZeniMax has brought to the table when it comes to MMOs and what they continue to improve upon. Does the game have flaws? Yes. Does the game have bugs? Fuck yeah. But they continue to improve the game tremendously above majority of their competitors. And Elder Scrolls isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So, anyways, I hope you guys liked the build. If you have any questions or comments, post below. Once again, I want to thank you for watching, and have a nice day.